Today's idiom is "you're so corny." It describes someone or something as old-fashioned, unoriginal, or overly sentimental, often humorously failing. The term corny originated in mid-19th century American English, linked to corn-fed rural entertainment. It signified unsophisticated, predictable humor from country fairs. "Let's see you're so corny in action." His pickup lines were so corny that she just rolled her eyes. This shows a clear lack of originality. Another example, the romantic comedy had a corny but heartwarming ending. Here, corny implies predictability and sentimentality, yet also a comforting charm. Context defines if it's negative or a guilty pleasure.
When corny doesn't fit, try cheesy. Similar, it implies cheap, unoriginal, or overly sentimental, often visually. That song has a cheesy music video. Trite means overused, lacking originality, a more formal, consistently negative term. While corny and cheesy can have a slight endearing quality, trite almost always dismisses.
To recap, "you were so corny" means old-fashioned, unoriginal, or overly sentimental, often with an awkward charm attempt. From rural American entertainment, it denotes unsophistication. Corny can be a gentle tease. Compare cheesy for visual lack of quality, and trite for complete absence of originality. Spot those predictable jokes easily. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is "we all have to pick up the slack." It means doing work someone isn't doing, or compensating for a deficiency. This phrase likely comes from the 19th century nautical or industrial contexts, referring to tightening loose ropes or covering neglected duties. It ensures tasks get done. Here's how it works. When Sarah was sick, John had to pick up the slack and finish her reports. John covered her work. Also, the team was behind schedule, so everyone had to pick up the slack to meet the deadline. This shows collective effort, where individuals contribute extra to cover a shortfall. It highlights filling an unexpected gap.
Pull your weight means doing your fair share. Step up means increasing effort or taking responsibility. Pick up the slack specifically means compensating for a deficit or unmet need, often due to absence. It fills a crucial gap.
In summary, picking up the slack means doing work someone isn't, filling an existing gap. Rooted in nautical tasks, it highlights teamwork and mutual support. This ensures tasks are completed efficiently, even when challenges arise, fostering effective collaboration. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is "I threw caution to the wind." This vivid expression means to act without concern for risks or consequences, often impulsively and fearlessly. Imagine a time when literally shedding a heavy cloak or caution to brave a strong wind signified a bold, unrestrained decision. This idiom's roots lie in medieval general usage and literature, evoking the powerful image of discarding restraint to face challenges head-on. Let's look at how this idiom is used in context. For example 1, after months of saving, Sarah threw caution to the wind and booked a spontaneous trip to New Zealand. Here, Sarah decided to act impulsively and take a risk despite the financial implications or the long planning usually involved in such a trip. She embraced the adventure without overthinking the potential downsides. Our second example is, despite the uncertain market, the entrepreneur threw caution to the wind and invested all his savings into his new startup. In this case, the entrepreneur made a high-stakes decision, ignoring the considerable financial risks associated with an unpredictable market. Both examples clearly illustrate someone making a bold choice, letting go of their reservations and embracing the unknown.
When expressing a similar idea, you could say take a leap of faith, which implies trusting in something uncertain, often with hope, like believing in a project despite unknown outcomes. Another option is go for broke, suggesting risking everything for a chance at success, often in a more desperate scenario. While throwing caution to the wind focuses on deliberately discarding prudence, take a leap of faith emphasizes trust, and go for broke highlights the high-stakes risk. Choose the best fit for your specific nuance.
In summary, "I threw caution to the wind" is a vibrant idiom for making a bold decision without dwelling on potential risks. It conjures an image of liberating oneself from restraint, much like a medieval figure shedding a heavy cloak to face the elements directly. Remember, this idiom is perfect for describing moments of impulsive courage or deliberate fearlessness. So next time you or someone you know takes an audacious step, remember to use this wonderful expression to capture that spirit of unrestrained action. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is "beauty is only skin deep." This means physical attractiveness is superficial, less important than inner qualities like kindness or integrity. Originating in the 16th century European literary thought, it came from philosophical discussions on fleeting outward appearance versus enduring character. Sir Thomas Overbury popularized this wisdom. Let's apply beauty is only skin deep. First, don't judge people by looks. Remember, beauty is only skin deep. This advises against superficiality. Second, her kind heart truly showed beauty is only skin deep. Both examples highlight that inner qualities and character are genuinely more valuable than outward attractiveness.
Beauty is only skin deep. Highlights looks superficiality. Looks can be deceiving, warns appearances mislead. Inner beauty shines brightest, affirms character's supreme value. Our idiom directly argues physical beauty lacks depth, promoting focus on inner worth. Choose based on emphasis, superficiality, deception, or intrinsic value.
To recap, beauty is only skin deep means physical attractiveness is superficial, less important than inner character. Originating in 16th century thought, it urges looking past appearances. This idiom powerfully reminds us to value genuine essence over fleeting looks, fostering deeper connections. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is I'm not good with words. It means you find it difficult to express thoughts or feelings clearly in speech. This phrase isn't historical. It's a direct, common statement reflecting a personal struggle with verbal articulation. It's a humble way to manage expectations. Here are examples. First, someone giving a toast confesses, I'm not good with words, humbly explaining difficulty articulating well wishes. Second, a person explains complex feelings, using the idiom to convey a struggle with verbalizing emotions. Asking for understanding through actions, it highlights a personal limitation.
Similar phrases include tongue-tied and my words fail me. Tongue-tied describes temporary speech difficulty from nervousness. I am not good with words is a general, ongoing personal trait. My words fail me implies inability to find suitable words for a profound or overwhelming situation, more specific than general lack of eloquence.
To summarize, I'm not good with words is a common and direct way to express difficulty with verbal articulation. It stems from natural, everyday language. Use this phrase to humbly acknowledge your struggle in expressing thoughts or emotions clearly. It helps manage expectations, conveying sincerity. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is I'm running on fumes. It means you have very little energy or resources left, on the brink of exhaustion. This phrase emerged from the automotive world in the early 20th century, referring to a vehicle running on the absolute last drops of fuel in its tank. It vividly captures a state of near depletion. Let's see this idiom in action. First example, after working 2 overnight shifts, I'm really running on fumes today. This shows physical and mental exhaustion, meaning very little energy. Second example, the project budget is so tight, we're running on fumes just trying to finish. Here, fumes refers to limited resources, like money or time. It highlights the team's depletion while struggling to complete the project, showcasing its versatility.
For similar expressions, consider to be at the end of your rope or to be burnt out. Running on fumes highlights minimal remaining energy or resources, indicating imminent depletion. At the end of your rope implies emotional desperation. Burnt out means chronic exhaustion. Use running on fumes for that critical, immediate state of being nearly empty.
To recap, I'm running on fumes means having very little energy or resources, like a car on its last drops of fuel. This vivid idiom, rooted in early 20th century automotive language, perfectly describes near-total exhaustion or depletion. Use it when you're truly on your last reserves. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is I call the shots. This phrase means you are the one in charge, the person who makes all the important decisions or controls a particular situation. Imagine someone directing a project or leading a team. They are the one calling the shots. The origin likely stems from games like billiards or shooting in the early 20th century. In these contexts, calling a shot meant declaring where a ball or bullet would go before executing it, showcasing control and intent. This precise act of declaration then evolved to signify overall authority. Let's see how we can use this idiom in everyday conversation. Our first example is, in this company, the CEO truly calls the shots when it comes to major investments. Here, calling the shots clearly highlights the CEO's ultimate authority and decision-making power in significant financial matters. They are the final say. For our second example, I told my kids that tonight I call the shots on what movie we watch. This shows a more lighthearted but equally firm assertion of control, perhaps in a family setting where decisions are usually shared. Whether in a corporate boardroom or a living room, the idiom effectively conveys who holds the power to decide.
While I call the shots means you are openly in control, there are other expressions that convey similar ideas with slight nuances. Consider to be in the driver's seat, which emphasizes having control and direction, much like steering a car. This suggests active leadership. Another phrase is to pull the strings. This often implies a more subtle or even hidden control, like a puppeteer manipulating characters from behind the scenes. So, if you're openly making decisions, calling the shots or being in the driver's seat fits well. If you're influencing things discreetly, pulling the strings might be more appropriate.
To sum up, I call the shots is a powerful idiom to express that you are the primary decision maker or the one in control. Rooted in the precision of early 20th century games, it signifies taking definitive command. Remember, when you're either one leading a project, dictating a plan, or simply deciding what S for dinner, you can confidently say, I call the shots. It's a clear and direct way to communicate who holds the authority. Practice using it to assert your leadership roles in various situations. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is I have butterflies in my stomach. This vivid expression describes the feeling of nervousness or anxious excitement, often accompanied by a light, fluttering sensation in your stomach. Imagine tiny butterflies flitting around inside you. Its origin traces back to the early 20th century in American English, likely emerging from a common physiological experience that people then poetically linked to the delicate, erratic movement of butterflies. It's a universally understood feeling, whether you're about to give a speech or go on a first date. Let's see how we use this idiom in practice. First, imagine someone saying, before my big presentation, I always have butterflies in my stomach. Here, the speaker is clearly expressing their nervousness about public speaking. The presentation is an important, high-pressure event, naturally leading to that anxious, fluttering feeling. Now consider our second example. She had butterflies in her stomach as she waited for the audition results. In this scenario, the anticipation and uncertainty of waiting for crucial news are causing her anxiety. Both examples show how having butterflies in your stomach perfectly captures that physical manifestation of apprehension, whether it's before a performance or while awaiting a significant outcome. It's a versatile way to describe that specific uneasy excitement.
While I have butterflies in my stomach specifically describes a light, fluttering nervousness, let's explore some similar expressions. To be on pins and needles conveys a more intense, restless anticipation, often mixed with impatience, rather than just the stomach sensation. You might use it when waiting for something exciting or nerve-wracking to happen. Another phrase is to have a knot in one's stomach, which suggests a heavier, more constricted feeling of dread or deep anxiety, a physical manifestation of stress that's less lighthearted than butterflies. Choose butterflies for light, excited nervousness, pins and needles for restless anticipation, and a knot for deeper apprehension.
To wrap up, I have butterflies in my stomach is a wonderful idiom for describing that universal feeling of nervous excitement or anxiety, often felt as a fluttering sensation in your abdomen. Rooted in the early 20th century, it's a simple yet powerful metaphor that everyone can relate to. The next time you're about to face something new or important and you feel that familiar flutter, remember this idiom. It's a perfect way to express those pre-event jitters, whether for a job interview, a performance, or even just meeting someone special. Try using it in your next conversation. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is, it's inviting. This phrase describes something that is so attractive, appealing, or pleasant that it makes you want to get closer to it, participate in it, or experience it. Think of it as an object or situation subtly asking you to come over. While not a complex historical idiom, its roots lie in the general English verb invite from the 16th century, originally meaning to summon or ask. Over time, its present participle inviting evolved into a standalone adjective to describe things that inherently possess this quality of attracting or welcoming. Let's look at how we can use it's inviting in different situations. First, consider this. The warm fire and cozy armchairs made the reading nook look incredibly inviting. Here, the physical comfort of the nook, with its warmth and softness, makes you want to settle down and read. It's a visual and sensory appeal. Now, for our second example, Her offer to help with the project was very inviting, especially given our tight deadline. In this case, inviting refers to an opportunity or proposal. The offer is attractive because it addresses a pressing need, a tight deadline. Both examples show how something can be inviting either in a tangible, physical sense or an abstract, conceptual one, always drawing you in.
When you want to express a similar idea, you could use appealing or tempting. Appealing is a very close synonym to inviting, focusing on general attractiveness, like the dessert looked very appealing. Tempting, however, carries a slightly stronger nuance of desire, often with an underlying hint of potential indulgence or resistance. If something is tempting, it strongly makes you want to do or have it, even if you know you shouldn't. Inviting is generally more neutral and positive, simply describing something as welcoming and attractive without the intense pull of tempting.
To wrap up, it's inviting is a wonderful way to describe something genuinely attractive, pleasant, and welcoming, making you feel drawn to it. Remember, it comes from the simple verb invite, emphasizing its power to draw you in, whether it's a cozy space or an appealing opportunity. So next time you encounter something that just makes you want to dive right in, go ahead and say, "Wow, that's really inviting." It's a versatile phrase for many delightful situations. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is, you've been left on red. It means your message was seen by the recipient, but they chose not to reply, essentially ignoring you. This very modern phrase comes directly from the read receipt feature in digital messaging apps, which confirms your message has been viewed. It perfectly captures that unique, frustrating feeling. Let's look at examples. First, I sent him a text. He read it, but I've been left on red for hours. This shows frustration when a message is acknowledged but unanswered. Second, after I emailed my supervisor, I got a read receipt but no reply, so I've been left on red. This illustrates the idiom's use across various digital platforms, highlighting the deliberate lack of response after seeing the message.
Similar expressions exist. To be ghosted means someone abruptly cuts off all communication without explanation, a more severe scenario. To be deliberately ignored is a broader term for intentionally not responding, regardless of read receipts. Use left on red specifically when a message has been seen, but still receives no reply.
In summary, you've been left on read describes the modern annoyance of a message being read but not replied to. Originating from digital read receipts, it's ideal for expressing that unique feeling of being acknowledged yet dismissed. Remember it for those moments your message is seen, but silence follows. I'll see you next time with another great expression.